What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. As always, it is my pleasure to be here talking to you guys. Always a fun-filled adventure, one full of frivolity and just epic proportions, might I add. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And Lower Decks Episode 4, which, according to Benny Hooker, was the best episode yet. Unfortunately, this will probably be one of the few times Mr. Hooker and myself, if that is in fact even his real name, that I somewhat disagree. I think it was a fine one. I don't think it was necessarily bad, but it was probably, for me, the absolute weakest of all of the different shows. Or all of the different episodes. Benny Hooker is your real name. Well, that's good. That's good. It's always good to have a real name, as I said. And as you guys can see, there's quite clearly a disco going on behind me, so that's always fantastic. Why was the koala smiling? What koala are we discussing, sir? What koala was smiling? If indeed there was a koala at all. So, I'll be honest with you. The thing that got me is probably one of the most common complaints when it comes to Mariner. I think in this instance she went a little too far. Even for someone whose parents are head of the ship or an admiral and such as that. I do have a disco right behind me. I can slow him down. Do you want me to try to slow him down? Do you think that would be better? Is it going too fast? Let me know. 1 in the chat if I need to get up and go slow the lights down. 2 in the chat if we keep talking. And it's whatever. I get paid by the hour. So I don't even care, good sirs and madams. But anyway, the conversation that we were having beforehand, Mariner went a little too far, I think. Especially with the yawning and what happened in front of the admiral. Because even if her father was an admiral and her mom was a captain, just a demotion at the end is kind of, I don't know. It's a little too lax. I'd be interested in what you guys think, though. Because again, I could see her getting away with a lot, but you can only insult so many people before it goes too far. If you're missing Star Trek, oh yeah, Macabre, who has constantly put that, though you actually do real comments and you watch the videos, which is the only reason you haven't gotten banned, might I add, Macabre. I don't generally allow people to just randomly put information like that, but because you do engage, I am open to it. Yeah, it looks like it is a disco. I'm actually doing it live from a disco. That's science fact right there. So that's why it looks like one. So there you are, good sir. I saw the clip in which they try to put the energy ball in the tube. Yeah, it is funny as hell. I agree. I'd be really curious, though. What do you guys think? You think that she didn't go too far? Do you think the cast will stay being ensigns the whole show? Well, I mean, it is the lower decks, so they can't really go too far up without changing the dynamics of it. What I honestly think will probably happen is, and I'm not sure when, but it almost has to be a plot point where Boimler is going to get promoted to like ensign or get promoted to like lieutenant or even like lieutenant commander or something crazy like that, and is going to forget all about the lower decks, ultimately have to make a decision going back to it. I mean, them getting promoted just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it would go with what the show is. So episode 4, going to be some mild spoilers there, but ultimately it is kind of interesting. They find a generational ship, and they need to get that ship back to, I don't know, random XYZ planet or whatever. I mean, it's basically basically just the plot of getting aliens to X place. They're helping out another ship, which is another California-class vessel. And, of course, everyone on that, or the captain on that vessel is a jerk as well. One of the main consistencies for this, I will admit, is that if you are the captain of a California-class vessel, you're a jerk. That's just the way it works. And so that captain decides that he is not going to be shown up by the Ceratos, kind of like when we get Doritos. And so tries to do something incredibly stupid and almost gets everybody killed. At that point, ultimately, it's Mariner and the captain that saves the day. A lot of people are going to point at that and say, look at that. That's quite clearly, you have Mariner and the captain saving the day. Two strong persons of color saving the day, and they're human. Quite clearly, we have a Mary Sue. However, allow me to counter with this. Mariner is on par with every other human that we've ever seen in every Star Trek episode. Unlike Michael Burnham, who's better in every way than people who have dedicated their lives to a specific department. She's just really smart, because that's what humans are in Star Trek. However, she's not smarter than a person in science who has dedicated their life to science. She's not smarter than an engineer who has dedicated their life to engineering. She's just really advanced because that's what humans are. They're really advanced in Star Trek. And so to that point, she is able to do a lot of advanced things. She does things that we see everyone else do. And to Michelle L's point, Tom Paris is in fact worse than she is. Oh my gosh, was something in my tea? I don't know what you're talking about. What colors? Okay, so Leopleurodon, dude, I'm trying to sit here and talk about this episode. Stop trolling me, okay? Yeah, I know. It's white light. Clearly only white light right behind me. And it's not like multicolored. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten any kind of multicolored lights to go behind me just yet. But if you could not troll the channel for right now, Leopleurodon. Tom Paris got promoted and demoted about as easily. He did. Didn't he? He got promoted, then he got demoted, and then off screen got promoted again, didn't he? Unlike Harry. Yeah, so, I mean, that's just my thing, though. What's up?
I got a secret for you to not tell.
Okay, so we're live. So is this a secret that people online can see?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. They can't see you yet, actually, because we got a new camera. What's the secret that we can't tell the other child? Don't say her name, the other child. What's the secret?
I need to close the door.
Why we gotta close the door?
I don't want what to hear.
You don't want the other child, please don't say her name, to hear. Your sister. What's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
The secret is the secret is if you have enough money, give me Baby Yoda.
You want a Baby Yoda?
Yes.
I can't afford a Baby Yoda.
Well, the videos can.
Yeah, the viewers can?
Yes.
The fans, they can afford the Baby Yoda?
Yeah, for me.
For you?
Yes, if they have enough money.
If they have enough money, they'll get you a Baby Yoda?
Yeah. How much dollars for Baby Yoda?
I don't know. But we'll look into it. How's that a secret from your sister? All right, get down, baby.
It's baby sister will know I like Baby Yoda.
Okay, you don't have a baby sister. You have a big sister. All right, go lay down, baby. Or not go lay down. Go play. Keep the door open for me.
I also like the color lights.
You also like... There are no colored lights. I don't know what you're talking about.
Rainbow lights.
There's no rainbow lights either. I don't know. That's a completely white light. Keep the door open. Go play, baby. I love you. But anyway. I don't know where to get a Baby Yoda. She's been wanting a Baby Yoda. Y'all want to hear a... All right. So we're going to sidetrack for a second, if y'all will allow me for a moment. So I was... we were driving home, and we just recently sold the house. We were driving home, and one of her friends at school had a Baby Yoda, and she's like, I want a Baby Yoda. I was like, okay, we'll get maybe later. I mean, I'm not going to get her for right now, but maybe later. And she's like, why don't we get a Baby Yoda? And I was like, well, if you keep asking me, we're not going to get a Baby Yoda. And so what she did was she came back and she said, you know, why aren't we going back home, going back to the house? And I said, well, we sold the house because me and your mom broke up and we weren't together. So we had to sell the house. And she paused a moment and she said, so you're saying there's money to buy a Baby Yoda? Yeah, that's the kind of kids that I got. Anyway, going back, when I watch this, the first thing that I'm going to see, and I don't watch the channels, most of them anymore, just because I don't want to get mad. I don't want to get into the toxicity. I don't want to make 600 more videos talking about how I disagree with other people, because that's not, I don't want that to be the bulk of what I do. And, and if you guys have seen it, let me know. I would bet money that I would bet money that a lot of the people who are going to criticize this episode are going to call her Mary Sue. But honest to God, I do not feel like it was that way. I think that she was just keeping up with the consistency. Because again, she's been fallible. She has been corrected. And she's not necessarily the smartest person in the room. She thinks she's the smartest person in the room. That's a part of her flaw. But she is not the smartest person in the room itself. Yeah, going back to her, I don't know why that was she does that. She's like, you want to hear let's do a secret. And then it's not anything that would be like a secret. Her sister knows her sister was there when she was asking for the Baby Yoda, so it's not anything new. But I guess, again, there's only two things to it. And these are starting to be consistencies that are a little annoying. She goes a little bit too far in her dereliction of duty, I think. And then not every captain has to be a jerk. Now, I do wonder if this is maybe a look at Starfleet operations, how they work. So when it comes to the job no one wants to do, they're always sending the B team. So both of these California class vessels have captains that are flawed, shall we say, in massive ways. And I wonder if that's not just how Starfleet works. They just keep them bulked together. That would honestly explain why we rarely saw them in the other episodes, because we were looking at the best of the best. You know, the captain of the flagship he only interacts with others. Now that's not the most positive view of how Starfleet works, but yeah, she's a Mary Sue because she can read. She's a what? Where can you see Lower Decks? You can see Lower Decks at cbs.com. cbs.com/shows to be exact. CBS All Access is where you can access it. If you happen to live in a country that is not the United States, like Canada, you can see it on the Canadian TV. I don't know what the name of the channel was. If you if you're not in Canada or the United States, technically you can't legally watch it. Completely unrelated, though, did you know you can get ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and make it look like you're from the United States? Did you know that both the Ceratops and other one had different colored running lights, blue for a science ship and yellow for a ship focused on operations or support? I did not notice that, did they? I got it pulled up right here. That's going to be kind of cool. Let me see. See, it's things like that that I think is kind of cool. Oh, they do have different running stripes. Look at that. Huh. How did I not notice that? You see, here's the thing. A lot of people think that this is low effort. I really don't think so. I think a lot of thought actually goes into this. That they put more into it than you actually think. The problem is that people are seeing, oh look, it's Rick and Morty, so oh, the aesthetic. I love the fact that their doctor is a cat, the same color as yours. That's true. That's true. Maybe their aunt, maybe that the cat is, maybe my cat is related to their cat. Certainly they have the same attitude. I liked how the Merst has different color lacars. Dude, can you just give us a sarcastic Vulcan salute or whatever? No, that's where you go to Katwalski for that. In fact, so I have a video coming out. By the way, if you guys ever want to know what's coming up in the near future, you can go to lorereloaded.com and take a look there, or you can go to my calendar, lorereloaded.com/events. That'll be telling you what videos are coming up. On Friday, the 4th, I'm breaking down Mariner. And I kind of discuss a couple of things that you guys do with her sarcastic Vulcan salute. But that's Katwalski, because remember how he does live long and prosper, my Trekkies? That's how Katwalski did it. In fact, I'm advising Katwalski to sue CBS for that exact reason. I love that they did go there with the holodeck. I never would think that they would say what it was. I mean, everybody says it. And no one should complain about that. Oh my God, that's such a constant running joke that no one should ever complain when it comes to that piece. You said they had a different color lacars? That makes me want to look now. Now I'm going to have to go and find it. Tindy's B plot, I mean, it didn't hurt or anything. It is kind of whatever. I think it makes her look a little desperate. So, they had a different color lacars. Let me see. Okay, so their lacars is green, it looks like. And their lacars is yellow. Huh. You know, I'm supposed to be the one getting paid to do this. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure there are Klingons on the Ceratops, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. Mariner is Burnham that got sent back from the 31st century suffering from the delirium, so the captain has to act like her top-secret mom and trying to get her off the ship. Well, if she is Burnham, she's actually really, really like a much better character. I hope to God she never gets her memory back. Good old gamer Kowalski just put out a video about Strange New Worlds shooting date. That'll fan the flames. No, I mean, it's science fact. Discovery Season 4 has a date, too. And as we know, Discovery isn't going past Season 3. Tindy plot was slow, but the ending was interesting. So here's my thing. I totally want Tindy to get with Rutherford. So if Tindy shows interest towards anybody else, I instantly hate that person. Because Tindy needs to be with Rutherford. That's just the way it has to happen. I wonder if some of those things are the captains would get to pick. You know, in the IRL military, some commanders can choose a variant uniform for their troops. Maybe. In the Legacy Trek, you would see the admirals having various uniforms, and it's always been theorized that the admirals got to choose or make their own type of uniforms, because it's so varied. Do you think they'll ever put on a live-action show on par or better than The Next Generation for Star Trek? No, I don't think they will, because I don't think we could ever go and have something that's like Star Trek, The Next Generation. Orville is not like The Next Generation. It has... it's an homage maybe a spiritual successor, but there's no way you can take something, put a Star Trek skin on it, and it be like The Next Generation. The audience is gone. It was something written for its time. That time is not coming back. I don't think that we could ever have something that would ever make anybody feel like it's The Next Generation and be happy about it. I just don't. Because again, I don't think the audience that was there exists now, and I don't think that they can write like they did then, because the times are different. Burnham is more stable than Mariner. Bullshit. Burnham, okay. All right. Burnham is more stable than Mariner. Okay, what? Yeah, more. Okay. Definitely, I can say that when Burnham straight up utilized the Vulcan neck pinch to disable her captain after killing another Klingon, definitely that is stability when you think about it. How she did, and while she wanted to commit suicide, didn't want to save anybody on the ship. That was definitely something stable right there. Oh man, there's just, so much. So much. Mariner will shoot you in the leg, come in an inch within killing you dead, only to pass it off as a funny joke. I don't remember her ever shooting someone in the leg as a funny joke. Burnham will absolutely, though, commit treason and get everybody killed. She will also always think that she's better and always have the right point. She is the worst, like ever. Just, oh man. I mean, the only person that beats her is Wesley, and it takes something really special to beat Burnham, but Wesley does it, buddy. Wesley's got there, but he's the only one. So again, I do think that this was the weakest episode. Doesn't mean it was bad. They really are edging with Mariner, though. They can't go further than what they did now without it going just stupid, in my opinion. But lore, Burnham doesn't feel like she's in the wrong, so it's all right. That's right. And like any good Mary Sue, at the end of the day, everyone feels like she's a hero and in the right, and she gets medals and stuff. Go ahead, get the kid a baby Yoda. I may just do that. I may just get a baby Yoda. Part of what TNG did was have a top-down policy that character conflict would not drive the plot. That was supposed to be part of what made them evolved human. Well, and they weren't supposed to... They also... Not only did character conflict not drive the plot, there wasn't supposed to be any character conflict. One of the ways they got around that in DS9 was to have non-Starfleet officers. I think that was a flaw. Now, if you don't want to have character conflict move the plot, that makes you get a little bit creative in making things move, which can be interesting. By the way, thanks so much for the support, guys. I could not do it without that. And I will put all that money towards a baby Yoda. However, going back to what I was saying, I think it was wrong to remove it from that. No, lore. The worst character is not Wesley. It's Alexander. Oh, I'll take Alexander every day. I'll take Alexander at his worst versus Wesley at his best. Imagine Lower Decks meeting Armus, the Skin of Evil. I feel like they would do better against Armus somehow. I don't know why. I just feel like they would. Admittedly, I'm fine with Mariner's personality. She's like a fusion of my two sisters. It's hilarious to me. I don't mind her personality. I don't mind her being resistant to the level that she is. But straight up yawning... well, first off, yawning like she did in front of another captain is ridiculous. And to do that in front of an admiral and to make fun of the way the admiral actually talks, that pushes the boundary of the fourth wall for me. I don't care who your dad is or who your mom is. You can only do so much before you anger enough people to not be a part of Starfleet anymore. And remember, this is a post-Nemesis, post-Dominion War Federation or Starfleet, or both. And that's, I mean, I don't see them putting up with a lot of jibba jab, if you will. I really think that people need to talk more about the horrible things Burnham did. Like, she literally started a war between two superpowers, and that conflict was resolved in like the 4th episode. I don't think it was resolved in the 4th. Which war are you talking about? She did a lot of bad things. Burnham is the worst. She did a lot of bad things, but I'm not completely sure which one you're talking about. Because if you're talking about the Klingon Federation War, that lasted for months, years, 2 years, I think. If it's a Klingon War, that was like a 2-year adventure. Well, 1 to 2 years. Do you think in the future live-action Trek shows will reference the show being that it's a cartoon? It's supposed to be canon, so they may actually do that. Which I think would be okay. Honestly, some people might get upset about that, but I think it'd be okay. You're thinking of the war with the Xindi? I could see her somehow being connected to that. I mean, basically, what is her name in Doctor Who? Clara Oswald or whatever? Is it Clara? Who is she? She's the worst Doctor Who character on the face of the planet. Oswald. Burnham is a worse Clara Oswald, and Clara Oswald was basically the director or some producer's fan fiction wet dream. So ultimately, Michael is like a worse version of that, if you can believe it. Laughing Larry helping out the channel. Thank you so much, buddy. Can't do it without support from viewers like you. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this, just so you know, starting on Monday the 31st, I will be live streaming. I will live stream first starting here for at least an hour, possibly more, and then I'll be moving off to Twitch if it seems like to play some games or to look at some reviews or something like that. I'll actually be live streaming, though, trying to be working anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. That's going to be in addition to uploads. So, getting a lot of content. 1 second. Sorry. Was fixing my camera, boys. The Klingon War should have been at least 2 seasons long and not half the season like Discovery was advertised. So here's the problem. Here's the big deal with that. The Klingon War, basically Discovery was, with the Klingon War, was Days of Our Lives in space. The war played very little role, excessively little role compared to everything else that was going on. It was something that happened in the background. And that's unfortunate. That is completely unfortunate. I need to fix that. Have you ever thought of doing a video comparing all the crews together? Who's the best? Archer, Picard, Sisko, Janeway, Discovery, and even Lower Decks. I had someone who wanted to fan fund a something like that. So I got it in the hopper, but I'm not sure. I'm on my work computer. Can't get on Twitch on it. Okay, but I'm not going to Twitch today. That'd be Monday, sir. Benny Hooker, which is your real name, as we've established. Y'all need to hit that bell icon, hit the little thing, or go to twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded and follow me there as well. They should have showed the Klingon War. It was so pointless having it all happen off screen. I agree with that, definitively. Leo Interver, what's with the disco in the background? What are you talking about? I mean, are you talking about back here? I got plain white light. Oh, you're making fun of me. Yeah, I know. I don't got fancy lights where you can see all kinds of like different colors or whatever. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. It's just plain regular lights. But I mean, if you want to try to troll and say that there's multi-different colored lights behind me, that's fine, but no one's believing you, sir. Wait, I'm going to Twitch for streams. I'm doing it, I'm switching back and forth. Part of that is because, believe it or not, I don't know that doing like 4 to 8 hour streams on YouTube is something people would enjoy. It may actually hurt the channel more than help it. Additionally, I I don't like how reliant I am on YouTube, like at all. And so that moving away from that is something that I want to kind of do. Hauntus Farmer helping out the channel. Thanks so much. That will definitively go towards a Baby Yoda. Once I get a Baby Yoda, she will show it off to you guys. Also, I don't know how I feel about her begging my fans to buy stuff, but it is disturbingly different colors. Reports say they use the budgets on sets, not on the writing for Disco. I can't speak to that. I was not impressed with a lot of the writing, though. So is the Orville done, or will it get another season? So the longer... are you kidding? I see different color lights behind you. Joe Rogers, really? It's not funny. I don't know why you guys are trying to troll me. It's not funny, okay? So... the Orville, the longer we go with the shutdown in California, the less likely we are going to see the Orville. Originally, you remember it was reported that the Orville's gone. It's done. The Tom Constantino at that time said, no, that's a lie. We just have to see what's going on. But it's getting closer and closer to the manifest destiny on that, I believe. We're going to get one more season for sure. But unfortunately, Orville does not have the backing like Star Trek does. So Discovery Season 1 should have ended with the start of the war, having a slow build-up. That could have been interesting, I think. Or again, just showing the war. I might check out Discovery on DVD to see how it really is. Kingzilla, it's actually coming out on television, on CBS. So if you have access to CBS, I'm not joking. If you have access to CBS, you'll be able to see it. If you want to really understand Stephen Moffat as a showrunner in Doctor Who, go watch a season 2 of his old press gang. He explained back in '92 what he would do then. Okay, I don't know if you're speaking to Clara or not. I didn't think Moffat actually had a role with Clara. I do know Clara is the worst thing that ever happened to Doctor Who, though. Like, there's nothing... They could have literally praised Hitler in Doctor Who. Not that they ever did, but they could have literally said Hitler got it right, and that wouldn't have been worse than Clara. She really is... Clara, as a character on Doctor Who, is the ultimate pro-choice argument. Finally able to catch a live stream again. Don't forget to like that video, people. Yeah, 75 people watching, only 30 likes. Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Hit that like button. Homeless McCoy, Christina, my good friend. If you do enjoy these live streams, you'll be happy to know that I'm going to be live streaming at least 4 to 8 hours on here and Twitch. Wherever I start, wherever this is the most profitable and won't hurt the YouTube channel the most is where I'm going to be focusing. That'll be starting Monday the 31st at 8:30. I'm going to start on this channel. 8:30 in the morning. What was the last video about? It confused me. It was just me and Lore Runner joking. That's all it was. That's all it was at all. Clara, Amy, and Rory were his original plans. The same character. Amy and Rory were all right. Clara was not. River. Okay. Amy and River. Well, still. It'll be 8:30 CST. Why did Picard not use Q from the Best of Both Worlds, Star Trek The Next Generation ending? The all-new Q sends Picard to the future. He can fix anything by sending a message to the past. Probably. Well, hopefully they're saving him for season 2. I also found the female companions of Doctor Who smarter than the Doctor. Generally, I think they were smarter in different ways, and they complemented the Doctor, except for Clara, who was smarter, and the Doctor actually killed for. The Doctor, who does not kill, who runs away because the war that destroyed him, killed for Clara because a director or producer needed some wet dream fan fiction put on the screen. Who saved every Doctor, by the way. Saved every one of them. Because that's how important Clara is. She literally saved every Doctor. And got the Doctor to cheat. most likely, on River. Fantastic. Great character. I mean, just fantastic. It just completely destroys the Doctor as a character. But whatever, it's because you get to write your own fan fiction. Who cares, Who cares about consistency? It'd be awesome if Lower Decks writers saw this video and the next time they had a red alert, disco light happens instead. That would be kind of fun. Q doesn't bother Picard much since he started having weekly teas with Fluttershy. Ooh. Getting some lore runner lore up in there. I like it. I like the way it's going. By the way, 71 people watching. Only 6 people have liked since then. Are you guys... Look, don't be scared of the like button. I'm just going to be honest. If you're not hitting the like or just the like or dislike button, you're a coward. I mean, and that's not me. That's science. That is good. That is the God's honest science, good sir. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but it's the truth. They made Clara immortal at the end. Did they make her be immortal? Well, I got to be honest. I completely shut off after Clara became a mainstay. I thought she got a TARDIS of her own or something. I do like Red Dwarf. Not trolling you, had to switch names to avoid trolls myself. Been around here since 2018. Okay. All right, I got the dislike for you. Chad's up in the dislike. Good man. Good man. That's not appropriate, McDuds. That's not appropriate. Clara did get her own TARDIS and immortal. She got an immortal girlfriend. Clara got it. Did Clara come back? Did they do something exceptionally stupid? Sorry, I had to address something just then. Did they do something exceptionally stupid? I've been waiting 20 years to see the 13th of the Doctor from the Trial of a Time Lord. Okay. They literally gave her a girlfriend. Oh my God. Jesus. I mean, I don't... How did the... It must have been so hard for the director or producer who had Clara to do all of that work with one hand. And his offhand too. I mean, it must have been like incredibly difficult to make all that work constantly only using one hand. The motion picture refit Enterprise is the real disco prize because it was actually designed in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I think that's interesting. Please, someone pay attention to Disco Prize. What about Disco Prize? What specifically? Walk me through what we're worried about when it comes to Disco Prize. Q was in Without the Warning movie. Check it out. Q was in the Without Warning movie. Check it out if you like it. It's awesome. I've never seen that. What if Clara's returned to save the female Doctor? And then she got with the female Doctor. Then he wouldn't have either hands. He'd have to be telling someone else what to do. He's got a double fist, that one, baby. I haven't watched the female Doctor, I'll be honest. Not because I have any issues with the female Doctor or anything. I don't care one way or the other. They established in canon that can happen. I lost a lot of interest with Clara. I think I don't have any interest in the writing after that. Do you think they were calling back to the Genesis device with this episode? I don't. I never thought of that. I mean, that's interesting. I don't think that was a callback, though. There's nothing else. What do you think it would be like if Disney bought Star Trek? I think that if Disney bought Star Trek, it would be like... David Tennant was the best Doctor. It would be excellent. Because Disney... Hear me out here, guys. I have never had an issue with Disney. Lore Runner has never had an issue with Disney. Every time CBS... I currently... Let me watch this. Watch this. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hup, hup, hup. Here we go. NSYNC has got the flow. Videos. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of 10 videos, 2 of them aren't live. 3 of those videos I am currently in fights with CBS about that I should get the money for. These are deep edits that I have done. Of those 3, one of them I'm probably going to win. The other 2 are definitively going to be lost because they're the first contact, and I lose those every time. Now, of the ones that are currently live, because I got a lot of videos unlisted to go live. That's how I'm able to stream for you guys as much as I can. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of the ones live, 4 of them are currently in contesting. 3 of those 4 I will never see money from. I can never make any money from those videos. Every dime made off of those videos that have taken me 8 hours plus to do per video goes to CBS. I'll never see a dime of it. CBS is the worst company when it comes to fair use. Disney, anytime I do Star Wars, anytime I do Marvel, anytime I do any Disney product, if it gets hit by Content ID, fixed within a day. Never have they kept it. Never have they kept one dime. I have gotten every dollar. I hope to God CBS goes bankrupt and is bought up by Star Trek. I hope to God. Hope I wasn't unclear on that. Why do all sci-fi Delta Sleep Colony ships keep everyone asleep and wake them too late to stop a problem? Why not rotate 12-man crews for a year shift, each on a 100-year journey? Because if they did that, we wouldn't have an episode. Also, I'm sure there's some kind of problem or something. I don't know. The moment is more powerful than anything in Star Trek. It can destroy entire galaxies. The moment. It is. Every Marvel princess should count as a Disney princess. Do they not? Any thoughts on the similarity of Generational Ship episode and the episode of the Orville? No, I don't really think it's all that much of a coincidence because, well, first off, I think they have generational ships. That's the only thing that ties them together. The plot is in no way consistent. And then it's just, that's been done a lot. I mean, that was done before even the original series came out. So it's just a plot point that's used over and over. So no, I don't think there's anything there. Just tuned in. The first question on my mind, why is the police surrounding Laura's home? What are you talking about? I wish people would stop. I guess you're talking about the light behind me. I wish people would stop mocking me for using simple white light. Look, I get it. I don't have fancy lights behind me like every other YouTuber. I'm still working on this, okay? So if you don't like the hard white light that's clearly behind me, then I don't know. Anas Abdin and me have very little in common at all. One of us had a legit claim. Jesus, I thought that was a giant CBS hand coming to pick you up. It's the bloody cat. It is the bloody cat. Yeah, he came at the right time, didn't he? Like it was an attack. That would have been funny. It'd been funny if he actually pulled me back. So it looked like while I was ranting, somebody like they ninja'd me. Actually, the TNG episode with the mask that Data put on, and it started turning the Enterprise into stone, artifacts or something. Okay, sure. Keep the light, lose the shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Kitty's attention betrays your cunning subterfuge. He is marveling at it, isn't he? He's like, what the hell do you got going on back here, dude? Why are you weird? What's up? Oh, thought I had a little child behind me. Do you think Disney should make a princess movie set in the 1980s? I don't mean like The Little Mermaid. I mean like the 1980s with big curly hair and rock music. Didn't they do that with Uh, didn't they do that with Enchanted? Was it Enchanted? No. Yeah, Enchanted. They did that with Enchanted. What's up, ZE Film Productions? If y'all haven't checked it out, check out ZE Film Productions, the one and only best place to go when it comes to Star Trek Online, breakdowns and ships and stuff like that. Pretty cool guy. Hope you're doing well, ZE Films. Always a pleasure to see you, good sir. He has actually been featured at the Star Trek Online headquarters, which is pretty cool. Is your cat the same breed as Data's cat? I don't know. I forget what breed Data's cat is. Oh, congratulations. I don't feel like I knew that you had a new baby. Congratulations, brother. I feel like I should have known that. That's really cool. Hey, everybody say congratulations on the baby to ZE Films. Do it now. What did I think of Farscape? I haven't ever really watched it all that much. Farscape, you have to watch from the beginning and go all the way to the end. Well, congratulations, ZE Films. That's really cool. Go all the way to the end. I saw a couple of episodes, but because I didn't start at the beginning, I didn't know what was going on. It's one of the weirdest ones. It looks decent. I wish we got a sci-fi show like The Expanse, but that was a generation ship. That could be interesting. Marvel 2 on the what? The moment grew so powerful it became sentient and grew a conscious. How do you use a weapon of ultimate destruction when it can hold judgment over you? I don't know how you do that. How did they? I forget how they stopped the moment, if they stopped it at all. Man, my Doctor Who lore is... I mean, I watched it all the way up to Clara, and then I didn't watch all the way through Clara. No, I think I got to... Actually, I think... The older guy. I forget his name. I got a little bit into him. But honestly, I stopped there. And a lot after that was SF Debris. I tried watching Farscape, but I didn't get into it because I didn't see it from the start. Yeah. I mean, Farscape is the quintessential explanation of why you don't do that, why you don't do writing like that. But I think that it's an extreme. I think you can do writing where you have an overall arc and still plug it into it. But that was one of the reasons why they always did just episodic, specifically. The moment was how we... Okay. Thoughts on Babylon 5? I have several different playlists with breakdowns of Babylon 5. I really enjoyed Babylon 5. I think Babylon 5 is the... I think Babylon 5 is probably the best possibility for us that's realistic. I honestly do. I think probably The Expanse is what's actually going to happen. Imagine if Marvel made a sitcom. In my opinion, it would be funny to see Iron Man playing a video game and Hulk tries to order a pizza, but his hands are too big. There have been many a parody of that, good sir. Many a parody. Yeah, just type in Lore Reloaded Babylon 5. You should find them. Or if you go to youtube.com/Lore Reloaded and take a look at there, you should be able to find the playlists, I think. Let me see if I can find them for you. I don't know. Actually, it's at lorereloaded.com on the main screen. I know that I have one of the playlists specifically there because it's so popular. Yeah, here we go. This doesn't have all of them, but this is 16 episodes of Babylon 5 lore right there. Bam! I'm going to let you go find the rest. They did make a sitcom. They called it Ragnarok. It's true. It's funny because it's true. Farscape was pretty cool. Did you watch A for Andromeda? A for Andromeda? No, I've watched Andromeda. I don't know what A for Andromeda is. Is that something different from Andromeda? A for Andromeda. No, I have not watched this. I have no idea what this even is. Am I going to like this or am I going to hate it? Here's a trailer. The 1980s called. They want their film techniques back. I mean, I'll look at it. I haven't seen it. Firefly should have never been canceled. That's true. I agree. If you like Red Dwarf, I think you'll love a show called Hyperdrive. I'll check it out. Why does Star Trek never take free tech? Like, give us your kids and you can go anywhere in 1 second. After they say it's all yours for free, yet they use nothing. Why does Star Trek never take... Do you mean Starfleet? I would say the reason Starfleet or the Federation doesn't instantly give or take free tech is because you don't know how it's going to impact yourself or any species. You have to test that. I like Stargate well enough. I did a Stargate, so I was going to start getting into Stargate lore, and I did a Stargate breakdown, and it was so bad. I was so wrong because there was so much stuff I missed that I said I was going to watch it and then do it, and I just never got around to getting that done. I need to go back to Stargate. Yeah, I did like how Firefly basically had a good background. Like, you have the U.S. and China basically came together to make the governments. And so you have a mix of Mandarin and English, which was kind of interesting. So, let me see something here real quick, and then we'll be going soon. I think it's about to storm, which means my dog freaks out like no one's business. Because, he do what he do. Let me see here. I'm trying to find something specific. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'd love seeing some Stargate. Yeah, I need to watch it. This show has seen the name, has the worst name, but it is so good. Did you ever see Bodacious Space Pirates? It's an anime sequel to Firefly. I have not seen that at all. What if Orville is the sequel to Firefly? Then they probably need to buy the rights for said thing. Let me see. I was trying to see if there's anything really interesting or a quick one that we could do. I don't know that there's anything quick here when it comes to fan films, though. Ooh, that looks... it's 28 minutes. I'm not watching a 28-minute fan film. All right, one in the chat if you guys want to watch a fan film, or we can end it here and watch the fan films next time. Red Dwarf is brilliant. I think it is. I like Red Dwarf. And Red Dwarf did a lot with less. One in the chat if you want to watch it, too, if we want to do it later. Of course, y'all going to do one, because why wouldn't you want to do one? And those who don't want to watch it are simply going to leave and go do something else, because that is exactly how this works. I keep going to ZE Films instead of... This looks like an interesting one. I don't know if we've watched this one. Yeah, of course. Let's hang out. Let's do it. All right. We're only going to do part 1. Those who don't want to watch are not Chads. I don't even know what that means. All right. So this is a Looking Glass Star Trek fan film. I don't think we've done this one. Let me know if we have. Here, let me put it in the chat right here. We can all snuggle on your belly. You can do that, I guess. That is an option. Hit it. All right, here we go. Whoop. Wrong button. Let's do a test real quick. Can y'all hear that versus me? No, y'all can't. Can y'all hear that versus me?
We have been ordered to investigate.
Yes, no, yes. All right, I'm assuming that you can. I'm going to get hit with a content ID on that. Apophis asteroid will be here in 9 years. The Apophis asteroid? What's the Apophis asteroid? Am I about to look this up and then hate that I looked it up because it means it's the end of our world as we know it? Huge asteroid Apophis flies by Earth on Friday the 13th in 2029. Okay. NASA preparing for giant asteroid impact. Is a near-Earth asteroid with a diameter of 370 meters caused a brief period of concern in December 2004 because it indicated a probability of 2.7% that it'll hit Earth. Apparently it won't now, though. Okay, cool. Those are things I'd rather not know about. You know, here's the craziest thing, if I can talk about that a second. Let me talk about that for a second. Something that's really interesting to me, and then we'll watch this. When it comes to world-ending events, and this is, I don't know when I changed from this, but when it comes to world-ending events, I really don't care as much for me. Like the ending of my life or something that destroys this earth and me not living out the rest of the life doesn't bother me anymore. It used to, because I wanted to live my life to the fullest. Now I want my kids to live their lives to the fullest. So like when it comes to that, when it comes to like a asteroid hitting the earth, I'm more worried because my kids won't get to enjoy their lives before. It didn't used to be that way. It's one of the weirdest things. All right, here we go. Let me go. Don't worry, the Vulcans will save us. Put the Gilf back. I didn't have a. Oh, you're talking about her. Okay, it sounded good. All right, let's do this. Question: do all of these TOS fan films use the same set pieces? Probably. No, those aren't police lights, sir. I can put the police lights on if you'd like to see the police lights. There can be police lights. Let's do it. There are risks and costs to action. Ooh. Somebody knows how to use After Effects.
Captain's log, stardate 3593.6. The Pegasus is en route to the new neutral zone area, KG516, where long-range sensors have detected old-style Federation radio waves in orbit around a Class M planet in an uncharted solar system. We have been ordered to investigate.
Ah! I look to the left, and then I look at the camera. I break that fourth wall, because that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
To investigate.
Ten seconds to neutral zone, Captain.
That acting is best. That's lore runner level acting right there.
I've heard some disturbing rumors of unusual spatial anomalies in this area, Kincaid. Most of which I discount. But keep scanners at maximum range as a precaution.
We have entered the neutral zone. 2 minutes to our destination, ma'am.
What do you think we'll find, Jay?
Isn't the point of the neutral zone for them not to go into it? Isn't that the whole thing?
Well, your guess is as good as mine, Doctor.
We're in scanning range now, Captain. Interesting.
Mr. Raytalk?
Scanners have detected a Class EM deep space probe orbiting the planet.
An EM?
That would make it almost a century old.
Correct, Captain. An EM class, still in working condition, and it appears the recording databanks are still active.
Stand down from Red Alert.
Why is this confusing? What did I miss? This is your grandma and grandpa's Star Trek. That's horrible. Oh, man.
Mr. Raytok, let's download those databanks and see what they have to offer. We'll meet in the briefing room at 0600 hours. Doctor, you're with me.
Either the white balance is off or she's supposed to be a different species. Establishing shots! Established! Dun dun dun!
What do we have, everyone?
Analysis shows that
I don't always do conference rooms, but when I do conference rooms, I make sure that they're low lit, because that's when the magic happens.
the probe has been orbiting for the past 30 years and has been monitoring the planet's recent events.
Downloads of the historical data indicates that the planet's evolution is almost identical to that of Earth from the first quarter of the 21st century.
There's a before CBS did its lockdown and did the you have to be really restricted in what you can do for fan films. There was actually a company that let you use their sets. I'm not sure. I don't think you had to I don't think you had to pay them money, but maybe you did. I'm not sure.
A troubling time for our planet.
Mr. Raytok?
Computer analysis shows that the planetary antagonists have been waging proxy wars to further their own standing.
Planetary antagonists. Oh, that dialogue. It's written so well. Oh, so good.
Some factions have been enemies for decades, others centuries. In most cases, the conflicts are regional, but recent developments suggest that the major powers may be on the brink of direct confrontation because their favorite states are threatened.
Direct?
Yes, ma'am. Of immediate concern is the
Okay. We'll forget that they're we'll come back to the use of live terrorist footage. Oh man, wow. I love how wow. I love how like in fan films they feel the need to ask questions as they do. Like if you notice 3 times a character has been like, "What did you say? Direct? What's going on?" It's a way to increase the script as well as explain more that you want to. There are better ways to write it. Now, I really want to attack this, but to be fair, in the original Star Trek, they had a Nazi planet, so I guess we can't get like too. I don't know. That feels disrespectful to a degree. What are you doing? What's going on? What? Can I read you a book?
Yes.
I thought your sister was going to read you a book.
It's all about the bunny.
It's all about the bunny. I tell you what. How about this? Yeah. Go lay down with your sister. Have her read you the book. I'm going to finish this. It's going to take me about like 15, 20 minutes. And then I'll read the book to you too, okay? Yes. Go lay down with your sister, okay? I love you. Hey. You're awesome.
And it also still hurts.
You're what?
My stomach still hurts.
I'm sorry. Lay down. We'll see what we can do about that, okay? I'll get a DMCA from ISIS. Yeah, it'll probably happen. Here we go.
leading superpower, considered historically benevolent, but ever more engaging militarily.
here's a tip. Maybe not show, because I think that's ISIS footage. Maybe not show ISIS footage and positively talk about it in your Star Trek fan fiction. Imagine on the Nazi planet if they were like, well, they originally started peaceful and benevolent and was good for it.
While working to sustain its own superiority, an emerging opponent has attained the capacity to deploy a superweapon, which would bring this state into the upper tier of nations, coming on par militarily with the elites and destabilizing the prevailing balance of power.
To what end?
The superpower, a democratic republic called Akamera, has stated such a step by the developing power Thornarok would be met with force. The superpower has, in rather clandestine fashion, deployed a satellite with offensive sonic disruptor capability that can penetrate deep underground. Intercepts of highly classified electronic communication suggest that the weapon would be used to target enemy heavy water reactors operating below the planet's surface, well out of reach of conventional weapons, but susceptible to man-made...
What are these shots looking at her? Beyond the fact I got no idea what she's talking about. We've gone too far on that. But beyond that, they're like...
earthquakes and cave-ins.
My God.
Such a surgical strike could be interpreted as a natural phenomenon, provided the superpower were able to keep secret the existence of its offensive satellites, which in themselves are a violation of treaty amongst the comparable powers.
What are the odds the
Oh my
attack being
God.
successful and preventing the rival party from attaining the offensive parity this Akamera sees as an existential threat?
I can answer in two parts. The technology for this to be a successful attack is untested, but within the theoretical probabilities of the desired result. As to your second concern, even a successful attack doesn't preclude Thornak from launching his nuclear fusion missiles, as we've discovered at least three...
Why does this matter? Why does we're dealing with this planet doesn't seem to be, well, I mean, how is the Prime Directive not a part of this?
Sites for stockpiling and testing, which are currently not being targeted, suggesting the Ekameras are unaware of their existence.
So two outcomes. The attack may be interpreted as a success by the superpower, but in reality, they still remain vulnerable, and they don't know it. Or two, their subterfuge.
Added. Did you notice that? Not that anybody cares, but listen to both the sound level as well as the pitch and tone. They added this in post. She didn't say this right here.
Know it. Or two,
See?
their
There's no way.
subterfuge
That's not the same microphone.
uncovered, inviting serious reprisals, perhaps from multiple states, given the treaty violations.
Exactly.
Either way, the Akamera would be inviting warfare on a cataclysmic scale, leading to a retaliation of full
She's reading that from a script. She has got
capability,
to be.
one they cannot anticipate. A likely outcome could be that civilization on this planet will be A likely outcome could be that civilization on this planet will be annihilated.
You can so smugly predict the outcome, Mr. Kincaid? Are you certain no intervening force or influence could avert the catastrophe? Some voice of reason?
The only intervening force I'm aware of, Doctor, is in this room.
And a clear violation of the Prime Directive.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Literally, there was too much dialogue there. It was way too much dialogue.
Kincaid.
Soccer and Cornhub.
If the Romulans launched an unprovoked assault hell-bent on destroying this planet, we just let it happen? Stand by and say, it was meant to be?
Well, first off, why would the Romulans be it? That needs to be a question that you're going on. Secondly, it's not meant to be. The Prime Directive clearly states that if another power intervenes, you are welcome to come in as well. So that's not how it is. But beyond that, no idea what's happening because the dialogue was so boring. I could not keep up with it.
But we could stop it?
If the Romulans were to come here, Doctor, they would be in violation of treaty, and we could engage them on that basis alone without involving the planet.
Yeah.
Aren't you here in violation of treaty?
Yes, Mr. Ray Talk. You're the smartest one in the room. We all know it. But damn it, we must do something. We sent this probe here 3 decades ago to learn something. And by God, we have. Now what do we do about it?
I don't see much wiggle room given the
like that
prime
guy.
directive, Doctor. We can observe, but intervention is
Insert
off
the Mariner
table.
yacht. I agree.
Unless their sonic weapon was to misfire, then the superpower would know they remain vulnerable and conduct their political and diplomatic overtures accordingly.
And there would be no provocation against them with no treaty violation because the weapon was never used.
Well, Mr. Raytalk here says the weapon is within theoretical probability.
Monitoring communications, Captain, it appears that neither side is aware of the other. We might be able to use that to our advantage. As a note, when this happened to Discovery a couple years ago,
Oh, Discovery!
they were able to allow the planet to work it out for themselves.
With the caveat it be properly executed, I submit that variable, as the science officer mentioned, could be influenced.
Are you suggesting the Pegasus sabotage their satellite weapon, Kincaid?
It is the best of all possible outcomes I have heard so far. Every race deserves a chance to live.
He's a
Even
doctor. Why the hell are we listening to the doctor? Can the doctor not talk?
if an outside force needs to show them the error of their ways.
Playing God never appealed to me, Doctor.
Captain. not a
Starfleet
doctor.
should really look into providing ship's counselors. All right.
Get the joke?
Formulate the least aggressive method for moving the needle forward. Be on the bridge in 1 hour. Dismissed. Captain's log, stardate 3594.1. After much deliberation, at my sole discretion and direction, the Pegasus will neutralize the sonic disruptor satellite orbiting the planet using a subspace directional electromagnetic pulse from the sensor array. This will be undetectable to the planet's inhabitants and will render the satellite's geopositioning communication system inert. The action we are about to take may very easily be interpreted as a violation of the Prime Directive. I'm not so sure I'm sold on the idea myself.
Oh my God. I feel like this was a fan club that had been together since the 70s, just decided they had to make a fan film. I'd agree, exposition like this is fine, but it's got to be spread out. The ship has an above average strain on the inertial dampeners.
If any of you wish to enter an objection
It'll be noted
for
in
the
my
record,
log.
you may dissent without prejudice. Very well, Mr. Raytalk. Give me the particulars.
We are fully confident that
This dialogue, man.
we can disable the satellite with a single burst. In addition, Lieutenant
Good
Walker
bouquet
has been
effect.
studying the planet's Ethernet cloud, a sort of communication hub for the populace. We can then embed certain algorithms that can communicate sub rosa to the various groups on the planet and possibly steer them towards communication, negotiation, and eventually disarmament.
In theory, building a rising tide of non-confrontation sentiment, coupled with the acceptance of the emerging power, could be the
She's
stepping
not even
stone
looking.
toward-
Look at where she's looking. She's not even looking at the captain. I think she has to read all of her lines. There's no.
pulling this planet back from the brink.
It sounds like a good idea to me, Captain.
No, I'm sure it does, Doctor. I'll offer your endorsement at my court-martial. Mr. Raytalk, execute.
It's done, Captain. We can monitor any impact we're having through my subspace link with the probe. We should be able to sustain contact for 3 to 4 months at space normal speed.
Very well, Lieutenant.
You are doing the right thing, Jay.
Well, we'll see. Helm, set course to leave planet. Ahead, space normal speed. Lieutenant Walker, continue to observe
Space
the
normal
probe's
speed.
output.
Aye, Captain.
What the hell was... What did they just... This is part 1. There's 2 parts. All right. So part of us to do this is, regardless of what we think, we have to give support. Things are actually harder than they appear when it comes to this. So what you fine gents are going to do is, if I can get... I feel like we've watched this channel before. All right, so let's see. How many people are still watching? Like none, probably. Everybody left. I'm talking to myself. You guys are all figments of my imagination. More than I expected. All right. Let's get 7 people to go here and give positive things. So it has 97, because I'm going to do it. So 7 in total. Put something positive there. And if we can get it up to 97, we'll watch part 2. What's going on, Zamiko? So go there. Once you've commented, once we got 7 comments, 61 people watching, that shouldn't take too long. Come on, just do it. Just go there, put something positive. We'll watch part 2, and then we'll go on with our lives. The set was okay. The graphics, the effects were pretty well done as well. The sound design, music was good. I didn't even hate the characters. It was really just the script, honestly. It wasn't all that bad if it wasn't for the script. I think the script is what kept it down. So, all right, so we got 92. 4 more to go. You guys can do this. Come on, give me 4. 4 people. You can do it, guys. There is 58 people now watching. 4 of you can go and do that. They did try. The old man tried the most. You've given your praise, says Johnny Wednesday. Johnny Wednesday, one of the heroes. 94, 567. We just need 3 more. 3 more. Thank you so much for this. Please keep up the great work. Nice CGI. The ship looked great. I like the Doctor and some good ideas in this. The Doctor is my favorite. Cool. I dig it. Awesome work, guys. I love the Doctor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got 7. We did it. We did it, boys. All right, let's go to this next one. The girl in the helm was kind of hot. Man, if she was reading a script, I'm sorry. That's just not attractive to me. If you have to read a script... I mean, while you're there, I'd rather you just make it up than have to read a script while on it. All right, let's do it. Hold on. Part 2's right here. Let's do it. Well, and here's the thing. So Alex says memorize the line before every scene. It's not difficult. It's hard for me to memorize lines. So even if you can't memorize lines, get the gist of what they're trying to say and then just go with it. Directors who require you to memorize lines, or writers that do that, I do not like and cannot identify with. I would rather someone get the feeling of the scene than get the exact line. Now, there may be key points that you have to point out, which makes sense, but I mean, I just, 2 months later. Here we go, boys.
Breach to Captain Tobin. Breach to Captain Tobin.
Captain here.
We are no longer receiving transmissions from the probe at planet Celsia.
Or are they out of range?
No, Captain. We've been receiving at regular intervals for the last 2 months, and now suddenly, nothing.
Return to the planet, all ahead full. I'm on my way to the bridge. Captain out.
I don't have a name. My name is Captain. Are we going to look at the screen again? Ah, we didn't.
Still monitoring the probe's output, Captain, but all contact with the planet is gone.
Captain, we won't be getting any further output from the planet. The Celsians have apparently annihilated themselves.
What? Confirmed.
Maybe they should have put that "what" in front of a microphone.
Here's the final output from the probe.
That chick to the back left right there, the one in red, she's hot. Okay, so those are missiles coming down on it. Romulans, or...
Captain, I'm getting a signal from the planet. It's coming from the southernmost continent. It sounds like a message from survivors. Audio only.
Anyone who can hear us, please help. We are survivors of a nuclear holocaust on planet Celsia. We need immediate assistance. Anyone who can hear us.
Wasn't this a planet that didn't have space travel? That what they were showing was pre-warp civilization. So, I mean, and they know that their name is like the name of the planet that the Federation or Starfleet has designated them as. How does that work? Again, the actors, the set, the acting needs some work, but overall, it's not bad. I'm not a fan of the script.
Help. We are survivors of a nuclear holocaust on planet Celsia. We need immediate assistance. Anyone who can hear us, please help.
Captain, the message repeats itself, but I have located the survivors. Approximately 600 in all.
Can you contact them, Lieutenant?
Negative, Captain. Automated beacon only.
Number 1. Beam the survivors directly to the shuttle bay.
Why in the background are we hearing red alert along with phasers and torpedoes?
And take their lead personnel to the briefing room.
They're 2 months. How far did they just instantly get there? I thought they were so far away. She thought maybe they went out of range. They then get the data, and all of a sudden we're transporting them from like a sector. Oh, okay.
Dr. Floyd to the briefing room.
Raytak, you're with me.
Here are the Celsians, Captain.
I love how that
You are
door,
the captain?
Yes,
the door
Captain Jane
closed.
Tobin of the
The SFX sound effects closed before the door actually closed. I love that.
United Federation of Planets.
Yeah, Maisie, yeah. Laura, if you're going to keep stopping to point out plot holes, we're going to be here forever. First off, Maisie, must be your first time to the Lore Reloaded. I want to welcome you. Just kidding. Maisie's awesome. She's been here a while.
Captain.
She's actually
I
an
am First
NPC
Historian Quillig.
in Star Trek Adventures.
This is my wife, First Scientist Abdallah. Captain, you've saved us. You've saved us all. Thank you.
What is this group? How did you survive?
We are the custodians of the ages. a multinational community established to withstand a Holocaust and to ensure a transition to a world reborn.
We're comprised of a variety of scientists and survival experts. We bring with us the biological and organic substances from our history of our planet.
So I guess you just didn't do the new take. You're just like, you know what? She stopped midway and started her lines over again. We're not going to do a cut. We're not going to cut to another way, maybe over the shoulder or something, or maybe you didn't have this right here, by the way. If they had to keep this, because this was the best or only take they had, this is why you shoot from multiple angles. If ever you're going to do a scene, you shoot from multiple angles, just in case that happens. Because that was not her having she stopped and broke character just then. That was an actor having an issue. Just so we're all on the same page. Of course, I know you guys know. It wasn't a mistake. She's emotional. It's a character moment. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
We have plant seeds and DNA samples from all the species, the hundreds of them on our planet, as well as time capsules.
I mean, they were doing really good before with the angle shots. They should have kept that.
Without your intervention, our people, our history, all that we are, would have been lost.
Well, our mission is to assist new civilizations whenever possible. But what happened on your planet? Only 2 months.
That was not a mistake. I don't care what you guys say. That was not meant to be a part of the acting. There's no way.
Ago, the heads of state seem to reach an accord. We've been monitoring global peace movements and an easing of tensions.
Yes, the people wanted peace, but the autocrats grew increasingly troubled as they were losing their hold. They kept telling the people that we were being influenced by the enemy in every facet of our daily lives.
The ideologues called it faux propaganda, as if they would know fact from fiction if it bit them.
Captain, what will become of us?
Well, unfortunately, we can't take you with us, but we have scanned your system, and we did find the third planet is habitable and can sustain life, where you and your people can live out your lives.
Again, thank you, Captain. To you and your crew. This is all we could ask.
Sorry, but I won't be too harsh on folks who aren't actually actors and just did this on the weekend or whatever. This is not me being harsh. This is me pointing it out and having fun with it. If we were dealing with actual professionals, I would be a lot more unforgiving than I am right now. Allow me, this is just enjoying and pointing out some flaws here and there just because I'm a film student. Let me assure you that this is not full-on lore reloaded, just so we're all on the same page here.
Number 1, set a course for the third planet, warp factor 3, and prepare the survivors to beam them down to the surface.
I've even said I think the actors are fine. A little wooden, but they're all right.
Good luck to
Except
you
that
all.
woman. She's not good at all. Those sound effects are off, though. I don't know if that's on my side.
Enter.
Captain, the survivors have been provisioned and settled. I don't think there's any more we can do for them.
What is she supposed to be, like an android? Because that is not how humans talk.
No, number 1. We've done enough already.
She's number 1?
Once we break orbit, I'm relieving myself of command and turning the ship over to you. You will then proceed to Starbase 11, where I shall resign my commission and submit myself for court-martial.
But why? Everything we did was for the survival of Celsia.
That's out of focus. I hate that. It is so easy to get something out of focus and not realize it. That is so frustrating. MCRN is a film student watching a film student watch something. See? Fun.
The senior crew supported you every step of the way.
A captain doesn't require support. A captain requires the strength of will to uphold her oath. And I failed my oath. And I failed the people of Celsia.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
No one's gonna fault you for the mindless acts of militaristic rulers.
The prime directive, perhaps the most basic tenet of space travel, is inflexible by design.
This is all Alex Kurtzman's fault.
It is not, nor should it be, a pliable policy open to interpretation. Every midshipman knows that, and yet, in the heat of the moment, I lost sight of it.
Everything
What
we
heat
did
of the
was
moment?
for the people of Celsia with the best intentions.
Oh, yes. And I'm sure men like John Gill and Ron Tracy thought that way also.
John Gill and Ron Tracy. Okay, so I could already tell by the time they brought the survivors on that they were trying to push some kind of message here. John Gill apparently was a State Farm insurance agent, also Star Trek. The guy for the Nazi planet. All comes back together now. See? See? They knew what they were doing the whole time.
But if we are to learn the hard lessons over and over...
Lip sync isn't off for me. Is it off on me or on the movie?
Over again, then we must accept the consequences as well. And as for me, well...
It's not on mine. Maybe it's because it's being recorded.
Kincaid. Dismissed.
Because the dialogue and story was so bad in part 1, this has no impact on me. You guys are really big on that makeup. That makeup is really bugging you. Okay. I mean, it may have been a good scene, but it doesn't, like, make any sense. Alright. Burp, burp. Alright. You can guys help me out here? Help me out, good peoples. Can we get at least, let's say, 4 plus me positive things? 88, so 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So 4 people. Four positive things. Let's do a little bit of a raid, and then we'll be done. If we can get every time, I want to watch fan films with you guys, but I think if we're gonna watch their stuff, we at least need to give them a comment and let them know. Maisie in the house. Maisie, you are like one of my favorite people. Just so you know, you're a pretty cool person. Was that a Starfleet training film? It may have been. It may have been. That was still better than the Enterprise series finale. Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder about the Nazi planet. They left them with their belief in the Fuhrer / John Gill, so they will return with swastikas all over the place. I don't know. I bet you they couldn't do that today, though. All right, we got 94. We did it, people. Now I need to go read to my kids. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for coming by. As I said, if you go to lorereloaded.com, you'll see all of the events coming up. lorereloaded.com/events to take a look at the calendar starting Monday the 31st. I will be doing a live stream, 4 to 8 hours live streaming, but you'll still get all the constant uploads that you did before. So it's going to be double the fun, double the pleasure. Talk to you guys later.